for talking to us. We just witnessed two wonderful trailers, and I think both are fascinating trailers in their own right. We have a lot of questions, obviously, because they're two different. For the first time, I think we're coming across one film having two different trailers and both finely cut. So I'll start off with director Sriram sir. Sriram sir, it's a very unique idea having two different trailers. And both having two different teams. Two teams have worked on it, and both of them have come up with their own way of presenting the film. How did you actually come across this idea? How did it strike you in the first place?
No, this idea, like I said, was always because I was just against the thing of we have worked very hard to make two films, and I've got actors. We have shot lot of portions again and so on. So I didn't want it to look like one dubbed film kind of thing. So the idea of going to two different people and sort of showing them the film, we showed them the film, both of them separately, and each one came up with their own imagination on how this film should be presented. So
I'm sorry, I'm going to cut you short there because I have a question right there. I'm kind of curious, if you have two different teams working on the same film. How did this concept, what was the spark that actually sparked off the story? Where did that spark come from, and what was it all about?
No, the story is based on a source material which I will reveal when the film is out, because I don't want it to. I mean, it's a French story, and I don't want to put it down because today, what happens? People find out and then some people enjoy spoilers. I don't.
Okay.
When I watch a film, I would rather watch it without even reading a review, because I make a sense of, do I want to watch this based on the promos? I read the reviews after I watch the film, So, whereas the reviews sometimes give away too much of the story and so on. So the idea was basically, I don't know, there was no great brainwave of that. I just was very sure about that. Okay? I want two different posters, two different trailers, even the logos are different. If you notice
I did.
Yeah.
And sir, I'm going to come back again to the inspiration behind the story. Is Merry Christmas making a point, and do both versions make the same point?
Yes, both versions make the same point. So
if you can generically give us something on what the point is that Merry Christmas is looking to make.
I mean, basically, it's a very Christmas film. I wish we had come out in Christmas. I mean, it's about sin, it's about redemption, it's about sacrifice, it's about and all these things happen only when there's a crime of various crimes. Only when there is a crime that is committed that there's something, so you can redeem yourself or you can do all that. So it's a very Christmassy thought in that sense.
Fair enough. Ma'am, I think I'm going to come to you next. I think you play Maria, the character called Maria in this film, and Sethu sir plays Albert. So, how much of Maria? How was Katrina Kaif? How was Katrina Kaif able to relate to Maria? And what was the difficult part about playing Maria? If at all, there was any difficulty in playing the character?
No, definitely, it was a very challenging character. And as an actor, I don't find that I need to relate to the character. I need to understand the character, and then I need to show that mindset and that state of mind. So, I think the first step for me was to understand the mindset of Maria's character, why she was the way she was, what was she thinking, and what was she going through. And that is a different girl, right? Katrina, as the person I am, has had a very different life, a very different upbringing, a very different, perspective on life. So, in fact, for this film and for characters like this, I really make sure there's a clear distinction. Of course, your soul will always show, right? That is always there with you. You can't separate yourself. But the understanding of Maria's character came from a lot of discussion, a lot of workshops, and a lot of questions to Sriram sir, and a lot of open discussions.
Fair enough. So you said workshops. Could you throw some more light on the kind of workshops that were held, the duration of the workshops? And
so besides the work that I do on my own before I come on set, which is important for me to prepare for whichever role I'm doing, we had our maybe 4 to 5 days of rehearsal on the set before we started the shoot. So we were just basically performing the scenes, exploring the scenes on the actual set without the camera rolling for, I would say, a good few days before the shoot. And I think that kind of gave everyone a good way to ease into the shoot.
Shooting for one film is quite difficult by itself.
Yes,
Working
yes.
on two different films in two different languages is going to be.
Let me make more detail. Two different films of this nature. You know, if you're, for example, let's say shooting Tiger, and the same film, Tiger, but in two languages, I would still say I would find that very enjoyable. This is a film which is very dialogue heavy, and it's very intimate. You know, there's no big action sequences or this or something that is there to kind of carry it through for
What
you.
you're looking for is intensity. There are just two characters.
And exactly, and it's also a very intense film. I think you've said that rightly. It's a very intense film. So to perform this particular film in Hindi was extremely, as it is, it took a lot out of you. It was a very draining, like, you know, it took a lot from you as an experience for me. And then when that got over to the knowledge to do it again in Tamil was very challenging. Yeah.
சரி, நீங்க வந்து தமிழ் படங்கள்ல உங்களுக்கு கதை புரியறது மட்டும் இல்லாம உங்க இயக்குனர் என்ன தேடுறாருங்கிறத ரொம்ப தெளிவா புரிஞ்சுக்கிட்டு அதுக்கு டெலிவர் பண்ற ஒரு நபர். Forgive me, I'm talking to him in Tamil because we know each other well and you know it becomes easier for us. இந்த படத்துல இவர் வந்து ஸ்ரீராம் சார் வந்து has this habit of giving his artists a free hand. உங்களுக்கு வந்து அந்த மாதிரி ஃப்ரீ ஹேண்ட் கொடுக்கும்பொழுது தெளிவா வந்து நீங்க டிசைட் பண்றதுதான் நீங்க வந்து போர்ட்ரே பண்ணணும் அப்படின்னு ஒருத்தர் சொல்லும் பொழுது அது எவ்வளவு சேலஞ்சிங்கா இருந்தது சேது? இது இந்த பர்டிகுலர் கேரக்டர் ஆல்பர்ட்ங்கிற கதாபாத்திரத்தை பிளே பண்றதுல என்ன கஷ்டம், என்ன என்ஜாய் பண்ணி?
எந்த டைரக்டரும் மூல ஃப்ரீ ஹேண்ட்லாம் கொடுக்க மாட்டாங்க, அதுல பண்ண மாட்டாங்க. அதாவது எப்படின்னா அதை பத்தின ஐடியா சொல்லுவாங்க. ஸ்ரீராம் சார் பொறுத்தவரைக்கும் நீ என்ன பண்றீங்க, அதை பத்தி உங்களோட தாட் ப்ராசஸ் என்னன்னு கேக்குறாரு. ஸோ அதோட பேக் ஸ்டோரியா இருக்கலாம், அவன் எப்படிப்பட்ட கேரக்டரா இருக்கலாம், அவன் என்னென்ன பண்ணலாம், சும்மா உங்களோட அது ரொம்ப ஆரோக்கியமான ஒரு டிஸ்கஷன் வச்சுக்கோங்களேன் அது. ஸோ அது வந்து என்ன ஆகும்னா அது ஒரு பெரிய பெனிஃபிட் என்ன இருக்குன்னா, ஸோ சப்போஸ் இஃப் ஆக்டர் கம் அப் வித் an ஐடியா, ஓகே, ஆட்டோமேட்டிக்கலா அந்த ஆக்டர் வந்து அந்த கேரக்டர் ஆயிட்டான்னு அர்த்தம். ஹி பிகம் தட் கேரக்டர். சப்போஸ் வாட் எவர் இட் மே பி, இஃப் an actor come up with an idea, so which means he understood the characters from there. ஸோ அது வந்து ரொம்ப 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 ஒரு அழகான விஷயம் அது. ஸோ அப்புறம் எந்த டைரக்டருமே உங்களை வந்து அப்படி அலோவ் பண்ண மாட்டாங்க. ஏன்னா அவங்க விஷனுக்கு அப்ரோச் பண்றதுக்கு எவ்ரிபடி தேர் ஓன் ஸ்டைல், அவங்ககிட்ட ஒரு ஸ்டைல் இருக்கு. அந்த ஸ்டைலில் அவரை அப்ரோச் பண்ணும்போது உங்ககிட்ட கொடுக்குறது. ஸோ திஸ் இஸ் த சீன். ஸோ இஃப் யூ ஆர் an Albert, what you will do?
Okay.
Suppose if this is the scene. So suppose if you want to, so this is okay. You think like, suppose it's something extremely opposite side. அப்படி போனா எப்படி இதோட மொத்தமா இது வந்தா எப்படி இருக்கும் அப்படின்னு கேட்பாங்க. ஸோ அந்த மாதிரி அந்த உங்க பிரெயின்ல இருக்கிற அந்த ஐடியாஸை ஷட்டில் பண்ணி பாக்குறது வந்து அவருக்கு ஒரு இருக்கு. ஏன்னா அவர் ஏதாவது ஒரு ஐடியாஸ் சர்ப்ரைஸ் பண்ண அவருக்கு ரொம்ப பிடிக்கும்.
ஓகே,
அவர் அதை எதிர்பார்ப்பார், அது அவர் தேடிக்கிட்டே இருப்பார். படம் முடிஞ்சு போஸ்ட் ப்ரொடக்ஷனும் சரி, he still search for some. அவர்கிட்ட வந்து idea is something like which is there a long distance and out of focus. So until you see it very clearly, you bring it closely, அது வந்து ஒரு டைம் இருக்குது. ஓகே, he still search for it. அது அவர்கிட்ட எப்பவுமே தேடிட்டு. That's what's here.
I'm coming to you, sir. When you keep constantly searching, does it not tire you? Because this process that when you have a clear vision and making a film,
I think that's his habit. அது அவரோட ஹாபிட் தான் நான் நினைக்கிறேன். I don't know.
I mean, it's like that, you have the story, you are related to the story, you like the story. Now, when I first do my first version of it, I try to, just put it down, Now, obviously, every scene, there can be 5 or 6 different ways of presenting that scene. So, and sometimes this is right, and so you are sticking with it. Sometimes okay, this is okay, but there is still something more you can do. So, till the day it is shot, I have got that time. So, I never have that bound script concept, She used to get give me the scene 10 days in advance. I said, here's the basic scene, it's there, it will not change. I mean, suddenly I'm not going to change everything. But in that scene, there will be only improvements according to us, what we feel will improve the film. Not to torture anybody on the set. Okay, last minute I've changed it now. Not a school. It's a school, but it's not like an exam.
Sir, having watched both versions, and I'm thinking that both versions are quite different from each other, but the story is the same. Which version did you personally enjoy? Because, while watching the trailers, I found the Hindi trailer to be better than the Tamil trailer, and that's my choice. Likewise, I'm pretty sure you would have actually, you would have a favorite amongst the two.
No, for me, it's like, I mean, I don't have kids, I'm not married, I'm single, but it's like having twins. So I can't say this one is, more and less. I like both of them. And since the Hindi trailer came first, I was happy with the Hindi trailer as it came. When the Tamil trailer came, I was hoping that it will not be something similar. Okay, instead of this shot, they put that shot, but it's more or less the same sort of presentation. So when the Tamil trailer came, I was very, very happy actually. My whole team, we said, okay, it's so different and so nice. And when I go to YouTube and see all the comments, a lot of people like the Tamil trailer there. In Hindi, they like the Tamil trailer. And here, a lot of people like the Hindi trailer. So it's like, I think both the kids are okay.
I did the same thing. I went and went through the comments for for both your trailers, and all of them seem to have expectations from each one of you. மூணு பேர் கிட்ட இருந்துமே வந்து பெரிய expectations இருக்கு. Vijay Sethupathi sir, from the north, and the people say that, we are eagerly looking forward to, someone who's performed exceptionally well over here in Tamil, coming down to the north. Down south fans are waiting for Katrina to kind of, come into a Tamil film, so they're excited about it. And Sriram sir, we've been waiting right from Andadun, the moment, we watched it. So all the fans seem to have huge expectations. Is that actually sending butterflies, making butterflies go around?
No, it's a good thing. It's a good thing they have expectations, and we hope to fulfill them. The only thing I want to say is that Andadun is a film which is like, twists and turns all the time. It's like a riot of, a festival of twists almost, So this one is not, this is much more sort of it's a slow burn kind of a film, and it's got it slowly starts building up. So there's a lot of anticipation. Okay, now what? Now something's going to happen. So it's a different approach. I mean, for me, if I had done the same Andadun kind of thing, I think it would have been, it would have been bad for me actually, to find a story like that, which is like, in fact, there's a story, Monica, oh my darling, which I was supposed to do. But I felt it was like in that zone. So I said, no, I should not do this now, So I gave it to somebody else.
So you're known for your humorous sequences, dark humor, dark comedies. Does Merry Christmas also have that humor element in it?
See, I never go for, okay, let me make it funny or let me make it humorous and so on. There is, of course, there is a certain, thanks to him, he comes up with some mad stuff sometimes, and I say, oh, how come I didn't think of that, There are many things you will find in the movie which almost of the movie will say, okay, but this looks like a Vijay's suggestion kind of a thing. There are a lot of things of that. This also got a strong sort of undercurrent of romance, which my other films have probably not had. So
Comedy Vijay, timing ரொம்ப முக்கியம். If you miss the timing, the comedy goes for a toss. When you are working in your own mother tongue, timing is not a problem. You know the language, you know what the emotion is, you experience it, and therefore you get it right. In fact, your co-artist also gives you an equally good cue, and then you can pick it up. But while working on a language, for you in Hindi and for you in Tamil, I presume, so comedy in language in which you're not very comfortable, how difficult was that?
There are different kinds of.
I'm grateful that it was not a comedy film.
Let's talk about the comedy. As you said, the comedy is based on timing. So there are different kinds of comedies there. Sometimes you depend on a language, not always.
Okay.
So comedies especially on timing. So the timing it may work in just for look.
Okay.
Small behavior. Sometimes a small accident.
Okay.
Something. There are many ways to express.
So language is not necessary.
And then language is to communicate, but ideas doesn't have a language.
Fair enough. Okay.
So I want to incorporate one idea. Or single idea podumna, I can work with any language. Then I can go and tell, I want to communicate this idea, and then is it sounds good in your language? So suppose உங்ககிட்ட ஒரு பழமொழி இருக்கு, அந்த பழமொழி நீங்க சொல்ல விரும்புறீங்க, இந்த மாதிரி ஒரு பழமொழி தமிழ்ல ஒரு பழமொழி இருக்குங்க, எனக்கு இந்த இடத்துல ஒரு பழமொழி சொல்லலாம்னு தோணுது அப்படின்னு சொல்றீங்க. சோ அந்த பழமொழி அவங்களுக்கு அந்த லேண்ட்ஸ்கேப் அது ஒர்க் அவுட் ஆகாத இருக்கலாம். நான் யானைக்கு அடி செருக்கும் அப்படின்னு ஒண்ணு சொல்றேன்னு வச்சுக்கோங்க. யானைக்கு அடி செருக்குங்கிறது இப்ப இங்க நம்ம ஊர் சொல்லிக்கலாம், அந்த ஊர் அது இருக்கா சொல்லலாமா? யானைக்கு அடி செருக்குன்னா உண்மையான காரணம் யானைக்கும் அடிச்சா வலிக்கும், அதுதான் அதோட இது. சோ இத சொன்னா அவங்க கனெக்ட் ஆவாங்களா அப்படின்னு ஒரு கணக்கு இருக்கு. சோ அதனால அந்த மாதிரி விஷயத்த கேட்டுட்டு அப்ப அந்த மாதிரி எனக்காவது சொல்லுங்க இப்போ நான் ஜவான்ல ஒரு டயலாக் எழுதணும், பட் அது இப்போ வந்து ஒரு டயலாக் எழுதும்போது தமிழ்ல நல்லா இருக்கும், அப்படியே நில்லு வந்து காய் பறிக்கிறேன் அப்படின்னு இருந்தது. ஓகே, அது டைமிங்ல இருந்தது. பட் அதை அப்படியே டிரான்ஸ்லேட் பண்ண முடியாது. அதை அப்படியே டிரான்ஸ்லேட் பண்ண முடியாது. அப்போ நாங்க அதுக்கு வேற டயலாக் பிடிச்சோம். ஒன்னு வேறோட புடிங்க எறிகிறேன் அப்படின்னு போடும்போது தான் உட்காரு. அது அது இல்லை, பட் அந்த சீனா இல்லை, அதனால என்னால அது சொல்ல முடியுது. வேற இந்த மாதிரி நிறைய இடத்துல நம்ம வந்து வெறும் ஐடியாஸ், when you can come up with ideas. அது ideas வந்து you can work on any language. அது தேவையில்லை. Once you understand the story and then the region and the people, especially the region, so those you can work with the people who know well about that language, know the language very well, then it's not a problem.
Fair enough. Sir, I think when this film was shot over a long duration. In fact, I think COVID played a root part. In fact, it came and it interrupted filming as well in between. And so, I'm sorry, the question is to Katrina and to Sethu. How difficult was it to kind of, to take a break, then come back and then, again to the sets and with the same intensity, when the trippy and the story continue, how difficult are the Sethu? What was the...
So after how many years we are meeting?
I think 1.5 years.
But you felt the same energy with me? Same way. That's all. Same way. So it's like, we see, I work with Katrina and then I work with Sriram sir. Suppose if after release, we will busy with our own work, right? So we are meeting after a few years, few months, suppose in some other film. But we have the same energy already we shared, right? It is always there. So you don't need to tell your mind, okay, now we have come this set, we want to do this. No, it's not like that. Your mind is so beautiful and so big. It has a very good quality. It automatically switches. So I meet my mother. Okay, I'm meeting my mother. I don't tell my mind that I'm meeting my mother now. சொல்ல வேண்டிய அவசியம் இல்லை. என் நண்பரை சந்திக்கிறேன், என்னோட கார் இது, இன்னொருத்தரோட கார் இது, என்னோட ஊரு, இன்னொருத்தர் ஊரு, அதெல்லாம் எப்படி வந்துன்னா அது ஏற்கனவே உங்களுக்கு இருக்குது, அதோட வைப்ஸ் இருக்கு.
So you had two different sets of writers, one team working in Tamil and one team working in Hindi. You gave the common blueprint for both teams and both of them worked simultaneously?
Yeah, see, one was my team, which was a Hindi team. We were working on things. When I met the Tamil team, I told them, this is my script, my version. Now you are free to change some things. You are free to change something because we have still not shot those portions. So please, if you feel this is sort of maybe not suiting the idiom, you can do something and so on. So it was very interesting because they gave me a couple of beautiful ideas. So immediately I went back to my Hindi team and said, this is such a nice, I thought, because maybe my scene would have been a little somber, but they did something which is more fun, Then you get tempted to take the fun part and put it there. This used to sometimes, because I had collaborated also, because everybody is like, but I am not like that, I'm like, I mean, so last moment, this is a better scene, I'll go with that, So there used to be a little bit of, sometimes, I mean, our scene has just suddenly been kept aside with the other scene. Of course, no, other scene, you do now build on that, so there is a lot of osmosis going on.
You said that your mother lives here, lived near Chennai for quite some time, and then, after that, Madurai, now she's moved to Madurai. How was her reaction to the fact that, you're doing a Tamil film and she watches your...
And she was very happy. She said that all the staff in the school will be very happy and they were excited to go and see the film.
And she speaks Tamil and she understands?
It's very basic, but she actually teaches, it's an English medium school. So she's actually teaching English it's an English medium school for the local children in Uslampati.
Uslampati. Okay, you've been to the place?
Yes, many times.
Anything that you like about Uslampati and Tamil Nadu in particular? I'm sorry, I'm digressing, but I think I'll take 2 minutes at that.
Well, I mean, particularly about the place, I think it's genuinely, I mean, when you get time, do see it's called Mountain View School. Do see the social page. It's genuinely an incredible project that she's built, an incredible place that she has built from the ground up, literally from the ground up. There was nothing there. And I have visited a lot of, in the surrounding areas, some of the schools which, you would love to see the standard that we have, that Mom has been able to bring into that school. And I think that's wonderful for the local community. And you can see the love when you go there from, all the surrounding community, the parents who are bringing their kids to a school which is really really wonderful.
Fair enough. Sethu, I think I've run out of questions for all of you because I think you answered the same questions. I don't want to pose the same questions again to you and bore you. But thank you so much for a lovely interview.
Thank you so much. Thank you.